What's going on? How you doing?
How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm okay.
Good. Well, I'm happy that you found some time to join and get in on a conversation. We've talked about a lot of stuff tonight, so if you want to, you can chime in
Yes.
on any
Mhm.
point that you want to talk about.
I'm okay. Hold on. Let me cut you off from YouTube.
Oh, okay, okay.
Hey. All right. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Okay, that's better. I don't hear the echo.
Okay.
Yeah, but I live in New York, and as I was saying to Miss Queen Butterfly, there are thousands of homeless people living on the streets and the train station. People have their hustles. You see people begging for money. You see people trying to sell things. You see people dancing.
Yeah.
So it's not really uncommon to see that in New York.
Hmm.
Yeah.
What do you think about? Did you see the whole video that they've shown?
I saw the whole video. I don't think it was a racial thing. I don't think that he meant to kill him. Well, sorry, unalive him. But I do believe that, as you were saying, he's a Marine. He knows pressure points. He had to know that holding him for that long, you know, yeah. I don't believe that he should have died. And I don't believe that the Marine meant to kill him. I don't believe that it was a racial thing either. So
Mhm.
that's why I said manslaughter at best.
So what do you think? How many years do you think he should serve? Because they going, they trying to get all up in the DA's butt right now. From what I see, from the research that I've done, they all at
Hmm.
the district attorney's door. They really want this guy charged,
Yeah,
and
that.
I believe New York is really trying because New York has had a history of some shenanigans going on. I
Yeah.
remember when that one brother was killed by that Asian cop out there,
Hmm.
and
Yeah.
that happened, and I that guy in Buffalo
Yep.
that did what he did in the grocery store. So it's been a lot of crazy activity popping
Yeah.
off in New York.
Hmm. And I will admit, it has been getting crazier and crazier on the subway. Like, it has just been ridiculous of what's happening on the subway. So, yeah, I try to stay away from the subway as well. But like I said, it's not uncommon to see homeless people, people begging for money,
Mhm.
and doing all that on the subway, or people irate, mentally ill people, yelling, screaming at people, talking to themselves. That it's not uncommon to see that here.
Now, how often would you say you like take the subway if you have to?
Well, I usually drive now.
Oh, you drive? Okay.
So before, I used to take the subway a lot because it was my only mode of transportation.
How do y'all
So I
drive in
was,
that traffic though? That
hmm?
traffic, y'all traffic is insane. How do y'all drive in that?
Depends on where you going.
That's crazy. I'm like, I know y'all car insurance has to be high as hell.
Yeah, it depends on where you stay into. Brooklyn, Queens, Manhattan. Yeah, it depends on where you're staying at. In the tri-state area.
Man, I seen so we've seen so many accidents. Well, not accidents, but so many near accidents. But I'm like, this must be
Yeah.
common because bikers pulling out in front of the buses. Like
Yeah.
it's nothing. I'm like, whoa,
People walking out in
that was
front of the
half the
cars.
accident.
Hmm.
I've
People
never
walking
seen
out like, yeah, I dare you to hit me.
I've never seen nothing like that. But I just
They don't care out here.
this this Jordan Neely thing. I just as a black man, I had to look at it from a lot of lenses. I had to
Yeah.
look at it from the lens of a black man. I had to look at it from a nurse perspective. I had to look at it from
Hmm.
a perspective of somebody who has worked with people with mental illness,
Yeah.
real mental illness. I had to look at it from a perspective of not trying to be biased in any form, just looking at it
Mhm.
from a person.
Yeah,
It's hard. It's hard not to be biased, especially with some of the
definitely
things that
is.
has gone on in New
Mhm.
York. But I know for a fact he didn't have to die. If I
No,
was
he
on that
didn't. He
train,
did
I would
not.
have did it. If I was on that train and I seen him subduing that guy like that, I would have did everything in my power. Okay,
Yes,
he's
like
subdued.
get
I'm
off of
trying
him.
to get
Like
off of him.
you've been holding on to him for too long now. Like what are
Right,
you doing? He's subdued. We can hold him until the police come, but you don't have to. You can release your grip.
right.
You know.
Do you
But
feel like he snapped? The Marine snapped.
yeah, I feel that way too. That's definitely a possibility as well.
Mm, okay.
Yeah, yeah. So that's why I say I don't believe that he meant to do it, but he definitely needs to be held accountable for it.
Mm. So let me ask you this: as somebody who used to take the subway, the train, what is the worst thing that you've seen personally that has happened on the subway as you've taken that as transportation?
The worst thing I have seen on the subway is I've seen somebody get we call it a buck 50 across the face. I've seen somebody get slashed, cut in their face
What?
in the train. Yeah.
A homeless person did that?
Yes. hmm
Wow.
I've seen someone get pushed on the tracks. I've seen men pleasing themselves on the train. I've seen a lot of things on the train.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, Sly Boogie said
Huh?
this was bound to happen. Sly Boogie, one
Yeah.
of the commenters, said this was bound to happen
hmm
because of all the stuff that. So, is there no security down there? Is no police present?
There's cops there, but there, I mean, you'll see cops standing at like the entrance where you have to swipe your card to get into the system. Sometimes you'll see them in different areas of the train station, but most of the time there's not really cops there. And it depends on what station you're at. Because, like in Manhattan and 42nd Street, where you were, there's usually cops in the station because that's where like the precinct is. But when you get lower down, most of the time there aren't cops like in the actual, on the actual trains. They've tried to increase the cop presence, but it hasn't been doing anything because the incidents that has been happening on the train, like this is the worst that I have ever, yeah, ever seen it.
Mm, mm, mm.
This is, yeah,
That's horrible.
it is horrible. It is horrible.
What do you think they could do to try to fix this problem? And I know the mental illness thing and the homeless thing, that's a whole thing
Yeah,
itself. But what do you
that's
think they could do to make the transportation system better?
hmm. Well, they're always going up on the fare, and like I said, all these things are still happening, but y'all steady increasing the fare. Um, I don't know. I mean, like you said, the homelessness, the mental illness situation, but that's not going to be fixed, anytime soon. That's a ongoing thing.
Mhm.
Um, I can't even really say that that would be two of the first things I would say, number one and two, to fix that. If you want to increase ridership on the subways, because that's another thing that they're trying to do, which makes no sense. But
Mhm.
yeah, that's New York for you.
Well, I'll say this: when I was there, it was a cool time walking around. I went on the
hmm
worst bus. Well, I've never been on a bus tour, but the bus tour was trash.
Oh, you got on a hop on, hop off bus.
I got on the iconic New York transportation.
Okay.
It was no narration. He just said, "Yeah, just get on the bus." We went to the top of the double decker. We just started rolling,
Yeah, you needed
and
a
I'm just like, "Well, damn! Like, is he gonna say where we at? We had to guess and Google stuff. Like, where we at?" I said, "Okay, well, I see what
oh,
this is
shit.
about. I see what this is about." But I said, "Well, I probably won't be back on a Saturday or on the weekend. I told my girl we'll probably come on like a, if we when
On
we
the
come back.
7 week day. Well, if you're gonna be in the city, it doesn't matter what day you come. It's always gonna be crowded there.
Really,
It
even on
doesn't
like a
matter.
Tuesday.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. The city is yeah. It doesn't matter what day you come. It's always gonna be crowded.
Lord. Okay, so we just gonna have to be in and out. Like we gonna have to.
Yeah,
But I know.
you just gonna have to make some time
All right.
for yeah. That's
Yeah,
gonna
I'm gonna
be
just have to
at the end
mentally
of the day. You
prepare.
got some time and you're not rushing.
All right. Yeah, see a
Mm-hmm.
couple theater shows, or like if we got a cruise out of New York or something like that, then
Mm-hmm.
yeah. But we was down there and we saw all the fake purses and we saw all the boosted clothes, and I said, "Ooh, I know where I'm
Yep.
coming to get my glasses from, though."
Take you to Canal Street.
All right, I'm coming to
Yep.
get all my glasses and all my jewelry
That's
right
right.
there. I said, "Drop me off right in front of his table and everything like that," because I said, "Oh yeah, now we talking." Because y'all know I like fake jewelry, so
Oh.
I like
Right,
fake
you need your
jewelry.
high value nurse piece.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna have to see if I could get me one for about $43. Um, see if they can make that pop for me.
Oh
Because I said I
shoot.
seen Gucci purses, wallets, bags. I seen
Anything
all
you
kinds of stuff up in there.
want.
I said that's why the women be so aggressive out there because the dudes be trying to stunt with all the fake stuff. See here, we can get away with that here.
Uh,
Can't get
yeah,
can't impress the ladies over there that easy like that because they know everything fake too. You gotta cut they check
exactly.
tags and everything. So
We know exactly where you got it from now.
exactly. So shout out any New York boosters. Holla at me. I will be coming down there, and it's only an hour and a half flight, and the flights ain't that expensive. Oh yeah, I
Hmm.
know where I'm coming to get my merch. That's for sure. So, but I appreciate you coming up here chopping it up.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Anything you wanted to add or anything like that before we end
No,
this?
I think you pretty much said everything. Like I concur, but like I said, the homelessness on the subway here, like that's a common thing for us New Yorkers here, and yeah,
Let me
it's
ask you this
sad.
one more time. I got
Hmm.
one question for you, Miss T.
Hmm.
And I mean this, and I asked this the other day, and I mean this with the utmost respect. But
Hmm.
why are the ladies in New York so aggressive?
Because we gotta be aggressive.
I'm talking about and
Why
not
you
just
say aggressive?
all kind of women, like not
I
just black
mean,
women. I seen white women, Italian women, just dragging they dudes. Come on, come on. With that real heavy New York accent.
that
Word is bond.
swag.
You know what I'm saying?
Like
Like
I don't know. Like
why you so aggressive?
I don't know. Maybe it's the dudes. Like New York. Like I don't know. You got to learn how to move in a room full of vultures, and that's
Man,
why we're aggressive. Like
I never
you
seen nothing like
gotta, you have to be street smart. You gotta know how to take care of yourself because you will be prey.
I
And
see.
yeah, you will be prey. And if you don't want to be prey, then you gotta toughen up.
I see. I seen some of the lady rappers out, the little independent lady rappers out there.
Uh-huh.
They talking about killing, gang banging, I'll cut your throat, all that. I said, my God.
Look, all of us women are not like that. Some of we
Oh,
are
I know,
soft
I
and
know,
gentle inside.
but I said, Lord, have mercy. It'll be hard to take one of them on a date. Shoot.